go.
Bolt Bros. Here we go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we got plenty to discuss today. I think right now we want to talk about rumors.
Mm-hmm.
All about the rumors, man. And we all
right.
know that we're talking to these players right now. There's plenty of conversations happening. So
yeah, no doubt. Well, that's the thing. I kind of enjoy a little bit of the offseason because it gets a little bit exciting going into, say, free agency. It's about a month away, actually. It's less than a month away now, which is kind of wild to think about. And then the combine and everything's going to be coming up. So I think it's fun to watch, and I'm looking forward to seeing how all these rumors might come true or just might be smoke. So we'll see what happens here.
Smoke and mirrors,
but you know what?
Man.
This is the first official day of no football on Sundays, though.
Yes.
So that is sad for everyone.
Exactly. It is a sad day. But even just to say that, you are marked safe from your favorite football team, the Chargers, ruining my weekends for the next 6 months. And I couldn't say that the Chargers really truly ruined our weekends. I think we had a pretty solid season all around. But
we did.
Hey, no disappointments right now. Now it's just about getting back to life, I guess. And you know what? Have a good weekends, guys. So
That's right.
Yep. Time with the family. I mean, I'm down in Arizona right now. So
no doubt.
We're kicking it with James. You know, we have some family time the next couple of days. So it should be good times.
Love
all right,
it.
guys.
Sounds awesome.
Let's get into it.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
What's up, Pyramid, man? You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Shout out blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, leave stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Ooh-wee. Very exciting. Look at this. I got it right in front of me. Like,
why? What are you
What's
doing?
going on here, dude?
I'm gonna take a nap. I got to lay back and just kind of relax. You know, do my thing.
Oh my gosh,
Johnny Carson over here or something, dude.
Yeah, I like that, Johnny Carson. I like that. I got my little bands right here.
Let's go. Oh man.
Hey.
That band didn't give us the luck this last year, dude. I don't even know where it's at, dude. After the Houston game, it was over with.
Yeah,
see you, bud.
Toss that thing. Yep.
I'm out of here.
After every single game you guys have gone to, though, you know, so that you guys are just the bad luck. Really, that's what it is. You guys can't go without me. That's period.
Maybe Bolt Bros don't need to go to games anymore, dude. That's it. That's a wrap. No more games, dude.
No. We just all three of us have to go together.
Oh,
that's
man,
it.
oh,
that's
man.
it. That's it. And that's all. Yeah.
Yeah. What up, guys? Good to see everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
We got Pappy in the house. We got Pablo.
Yeah.
Woo, we got Miguel. What's going on?
Joey Dale.
Yeah,
and Chargers 4-5-2-1. Let's go.
What's going on, guys, man? But hey, I was just thinking about this. This time usually is when we're watching football games. So if it was regular season, it's about the right time. The game just start, kickoff, and I guess we're your fill of football for your Sunday of no weekend of football, I guess. So
we're replacing that. We're scratching that itch for you guys. How about that?
That's right. We're here. Aether, what's up, my guy?
That's there. What's up, my baby?
Oh, dude, let's go. But once again, guys, mark safe from our favorite football team from ruining our weekends for the next 6 months. So
that's right.
We're here. And you know what, man, once again, this offseason is going to be exciting, man. I mean, once again, we're going to talk a lot about rumors here. And there's a lot of awesome rumors out there. Now, once again, rumor season is among us, and it's probably for every single team here. This is when confidence gets renewed in your team, where you're thinking, man, if they do make that kind of move, whoa, this is what
Super Bowl, here we come. What's going on?
Yeah,
a lot of doors get shut by some players, and a lot of doors get opened by some others.
Wow, there we go. Yeah. Like, you know what? He was just waiting to say that.
Yes, I was. Hey, I had a cute. I was like, hey, I got a whole thing.
He was going to toss out there, dude.
You know what? Hey, You know,
That's
when this room's a knocking or a rocking, don't come a knocking.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh, that's
But, hey,
man.
well, we're hearing a lot of whispers around the NFL.
Ooh,
Yeah.
my favorite rumor is that Andrew is dating Kay Adams. What's up, girl? No, it ain't no rumor. It's for real. Yeah, we in love.
sorry.
We in love.
Oh, that's a good one.
boy.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I like it.
What is it? Who said Brandon talked about? He's like, will the Chargers finally have a 1,000-yard halfback or basically a running back, if you want to say? And to be honest, man, JK would have been a 1,300-yard back for us.
He would have been. Yeah, he would have been. He missed. He missed four games though. Yeah, that was too bad. Yeah,
I think no matter what, we re-sign him for sure. I mean, again, we're not talking about him today, but I do think we re-sign him no matter what. But again, there's some interesting people, and we want to get your opinion on this list of people because there's a lot of rumors flying. Again, we could potentially have $100 million to spend, right? We go. Oh, here we go. We got a little super chat here from.
Hey, what's up?
Let's go. Money.
Hey.
Dude, love it.
Deebo to the Bolts.
Deebo to the Bolts.
Love this wide receiver in LA. And Micah Bacton. First big fish in Atlanta center. Okay. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, James. Oh, you were supposed to read it, not me. So.
You took it already. You took it already.
It's all right. Well, read it again.
What's going on now?
Yeah. Sorry. You know, we know Aether is your love boy, so lover boy. Yeah.
Oh, dude, lover boy. I don't know about that, dude.
Bromance. Got a bromance. So
bromance. Okay, fine. All right.
Lover boy.
He's talking about Drew Dahlman from the Atlanta Falcons, the center who's an absolute stud. And I think he would be a great pickup for the Chargers. He's going to cost a whole heck of a lot of money. But once again, if we want to have a better interior O-line, you better upgrade that center position. On top of that, if we do end up doing that and going and getting Drew Dahlman, I honestly think you should sign Bozeman again just to be able to have as like a secondary player, possibly even throw him over to guard, to be honest. He did play a little bit of guard before he was a center. It might not be a bad idea to throw him in there because he's already been in the mix with the O-line, keeping a little bit of continuity, but just solidifying that center position would be great. And the Deebo Samuel rumors, that's going to be an interesting one because Deebo as a player has kind of been declining a little bit. Obviously, he had like different injuries too. He's still one of my favorite wide receivers when healthy, and he had a phenomenal season, I believe, in 2021. And it would be great to be able to see Deebo here, but once again, there's a lot of rumors around with all these wide receivers here. So we'll talk a little bit more about it here shortly. I'll just slide over to one of the other rumors too. But if you guys had any other, thoughts on Aether's super chat, and once again, thank you for the
thank you. Yeah, we'll talk more about that a little later on as well too, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, let's get into it right now, though. I mean, we got a super chat. The fans want to know. It's on their head.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it later on. But look at this awesome helmet, by the way, too. So, incredible. This is where, I mean, I'll be honest with you, a helmet like that and an entire uniform like that, head to toe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
full Navy, dude. Full Navy would be phenomenal. Didn't we talk about that after the Raven game? We said, man, maybe it's the white helmets.
It's the white helmet. That's right.
They got to go full Navy. Just go full Navy.
All Navy.
Man.
Nuts to butts.
Nuts to butts, dude.
I kind of would like the grill to be yellow too, though. I think that'd be pretty. That'd pop a little bit. That'd be pretty nice.
That would be pretty dope. But once again,
I'll say this.
It's got a lot of Michigan style kind of vibes to it if you look at it right now. It's very Michigan-like.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, though. So there was a survey that they had all of us season ticket holders do, and they did have in that survey the option for alternate uniform as black. So I don't know how people feel about that one. I mean, we've talked about it a couple times too. I'm 100% against the black ones because the Navy is our dark jerseys, our like midnight ones.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't want black for us. I just go Navy and that's it, So, but they are asking the fans if they want a black jersey. So, but I don't know. What do you guys say?
I go Navy, dude. Yeah. I mean, I just don't think black's our color, dude. It ain't our color.
No.
Baby blue, Navy. and then white. I like the white. I didn't like the white for a long time, but I'm kind of cool with the white now.
Yep, I'm good with that. You know, and the thing about it is, go back to some of the teams that had alternate uniforms. Like, what I think Lions had kind of a black uniform with a lion and a blue kind of helmet.
Yeah, that looked kind of cool. Yeah.
Cool. You go back to the Broncos. They kind of had their old school kind of orange with the D logo on the helmet. Obviously, the Oiler jerseys, I think, is one of the best jerseys of all time, in my opinion. And that sounds really bad to say as a Charger fan because we have one of the best jerseys of all time.
We have the best jerseys. Period.
The best jerseys, yeah. And then the Eagles with their kind of like heather green type jersey, throwback type thing. And then even the Texans had a black jersey too. That was actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
So I would like to see what they're talking about, and I would make a decision at that point. But once again, when you go into black territory, you kind of start thinking, oh man, are we just trying to be like the Raiders and lean heavily into that? Like, why don't we just go like a full like powder blue, top to bottom, nuts to butts kind of situation?
I was just going to say that, dude. Powder blue, nuts to butts. That we go powder blue.
You know,
we go navy.
Nuts to butts is only underwear, man. So you're just wearing. Are you saying you want to wear some powder blue underwear?
Head to toe. Then
head to toe. That's a better way to say it.
I'm like, all right, okay. I guess we're just gonna go out there like shirt cocking it or something like that, you know?
shirt cocking it. No, but I mean, I agree. I would like us to just go all baby blue, all white. And then just all navy. Those would be the three jersey colors I think we should go with. I just like that idea. Just all the baby blue looks so nice. I don't know, man. That's my take. I think. What do you guys think about the all baby blue?
I think if we did baby blue though, with the helmets, I would want the chrome baby blue. Like you've seen it at the shops where it's like kind of like silverish, you know, like kind of a little sparkly and stuff. Or not
sparkly, I like baby blue. I'm wearing the baby blues right now, you know.
I'm wearing a shade of blue. I don't think this is baby blue, but it's a blue for sure.
Nuts to butts. Hey,
you know, I just really thought about this. You know how we're talking about the black jersey. Literally wearing a black Chargers hat with a Chargers logo on it, and I'm like, I don't know about that. And I'm wearing it right now, by the way. So kind of funny, man. Wow.
That's cool.
I mean, once again, like the whole powder blue top to bottom, or like a whole navy top to bottom, I think would be awesome. Just to me, like I always look at the navy jerseys, like those are the jerseys that we should be playing on like a primetime night game. Like it's just kind of like bringing that like darkness essentially that you're coming in and you're playing the Chargers, and kind of brings a different vibe all around to the night game. So I think that would be real dope if they did that.
Yeah, I got the Blues. Me and Kay Adams, we're fighting right now. We ain't, we ain't going the right direction. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, you heard it here first. Bolt fan. You know, breaking news. She playing hard to get. That's cool.
That's terrible. She's
playing hard to get. I don't like
terrible.
Sorry, I'm sorry to hear about your woes there, bro.
And by the way, guys, we do have just a complete side note. We do have more videos coming out of the players, the high drafted players. We're going to try and do 32. What did you guys think of the first one James did? Did you like the format for Hunter?
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. I kept thinking something different, Hunter. But yeah, what did you guys think of the video? We got 5 of those already created. We got more coming. But we just want to highlight some of the the top 32 players in the draft, first round draft picks that people are thinking now. What did you guys think? Just leave a comment down below.
Yeah, and ideally the reason why we're doing those videos is not saying that, hey, Chargers are going to draft him. I mean, there's probably zero chance that we're going to get Travis Hunter. I mean, it would be a phenomenal weapon if that happened, but we're kind of just highlighting some of the top draft picks, basically. That's all we're doing. We're just kind of creating a little bit more of a wider net with our channel and talk about the draft in general. And it also educates us a little bit further about the draft. And it's fun, just quick little 5-minute type videos, educate you and us all about the players and stuff. So, but it's fun. It's fun to do. But, going back to the rumors, guys, obviously there's a ton of them. It's funny. I searched on my phone, just like Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, I do it all the time just to see what kind of new news is out there so we can make videos. And I swear every article was rumor that this guy's coming to the Chargers, or rumor that this guy. And I was like, bro,
yeah,
but just endless.
But the reason being is we have a lot of money. I think right
100%.
now, even without letting Bosa go, I think we're 6th. I think right now in the league. Yep. So when you start talking about players we could go get, we got a lot of cash.
Yeah.
What did they say in the mask? Got to have some green to make a scene.
That's right.
So we got plenty of that green. We can make a splash in the NFL this year. So I it's exciting, right? So I think it's a good thing.
Well, and the one thing too about that is that the Chargers have currently right now, I think the 4th most. We have the 4th most salary cap available to spend. So
fourth.
So we have Patriots, and then the Raiders, and then Washington, and then the Chargers, and then Chicago, then Arizona, then Minnesota. So if you think of where we're sitting at right now, and this is based upon sporktrack.com, that we have the 4th most. And then obviously if you move on from Joey Bosa, that only increases it by another almost $30 million. We almost have $100 million to spend on guys. And it's plus we're a team that's in a high trajectory. So you kind of look at the teams ahead of us and say, okay, well, like if a guy wants to go find a place to win, I mean, you go play Jaden Daniels over at Commanders. I mean, Raiders don't know what they're doing. The Patriots got some pieces, but they need a whole heck of a lot on their team. Chicago is one of those teams that's now you're changing over to a different head coach. Arizona's got some things going on, but just not consistency. And then Minnesota, Detroit, and Pittsburgh is, 7, 8, 9. So then you kind of start looking at, hey, like where's the trajectory? Where can you go win? And, Chargers are pretty positioned well to be able to have a phenomenal 2025 with a couple extra picks. So
I think Aether, you got to do another bet with Kyle here, dude. So,
okay.
Yeah. We need to do another $200 bet right now. That's what I'm thinking. What are we thinking here?
I mean, that's fair, dude. Like this is shooting for the moon. But once again, I've been saying for a long period of time,
man,
the best move
to be right there.
Well, the best thing about it is, like, if you're going to make a move like that, you're trying to win a championship. Like, you're going out there and trying to get the best. And I feel like as Chargers or an organization like this with Joe Ortiz and Jim Harbaugh, their idea is not to just go in the playoffs and lose. It's they want to win a Super Bowl and keep it going. And just like what Aether says here, blockbuster trades. Chargers give up 2025 2nd and 4th, 2026 1st and 3rd, 2027 2 to the Bengals. I mean, that is a whole boatload of picks right there.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah,
but it's a championship style kind of move. Like, we want to solidify the wide receiver position.
Is that
they go after Bengals for Chase, Jamar Chase.
Is Jamar Chase worth all that though?
Dude, he's a Triple Crown winner.
He's it, dude.
He's the best wide receiver in the league right now. And then you give him a 5-year, $156 million, 95 guaranteed contract. I mean, the dude's an absolute beast. You imagine he goes from Joe Burrow, who's a phenomenal quarterback, had a great year, to now Justin Herbert. You're probably going to get some level better with Justin Herbert, but it's not like going to be much of a big gap between each of those quarterbacks. Plus, you got Ladd McConkey. Plus, if you go and, like, say, get a Mark Andrews, plus you work on the O-line, I mean, that is dangerous, dude. Yeah. That is a dangerous line. I mean, then once again, the running back room, you got to work on that too. But once again, I think that's going to be worked out through the draft and such too. Plus J.K. Dobbins signing back. But that's a championship bold move, man.
So I don't think so. I think that's
money behind that. You want to do a little bet here, Aether?
I don't think so. I think that's giving up way too much,
let's make it official. $200 bet. What do you think, Kyle? You want to do that bet?
Run it back, dude. Run it back.
Run it back. Oh man.
Hey, we're pretty good. We're pretty good on these bets right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like.
I mean,
you give and then you take, dude. It's like I'm
gonna say this though. I think the Chargers could make a move for Jamar Chase, but it's not gonna be that at all. There's no way they're gonna give up that many picks. Is that one player going to make the difference of 6 different positions that they can fill in the near future? There's just no way that they're going to give up that much for one player.
He's going to be a $40 million a year player. That's the thing about it.
Yeah.
He's going to get paid $40 million a season. He's going to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league. So guarantee he's going to, if there was a trade, which I foresee that not happening, but he will get paid that $40 million plus per season.
I guess no. Okay, that's not the bet. That's not the bet.
Yeah, that's not the bet. Then. Yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
That was more of a bold statement, but
Yeah.
There
you go,
So,
bold statement.
Bold statement, dude. I like it. But it would be good. I mean, I've been saying for a very long period of time, like if you want to go win championships, make bold moves, and we could talk about some of the moves here shortly.
Well, I'll just say this too. And what? Oh, by the way, let me ask you this question: do you guys like us going live on the off season on Sundays better than Saturdays? It seems like Sundays are probably a little better for most people. So in the chat, let us know Sundays or Saturdays. It seems like
a good idea because give people a little taste of the NFL on a Sunday. Yeah.
Give me a little taste.
Give it a little taste of glory.
A little taste of the glory.
Yeah.
That's the best movie ever, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched it just the other day. I was laughing my castañas off. Uh-oh. we got a bold statement already. In my
hey.
Ouch. Hey.
Yo.
Hey, you're eating those blue chews too early, man. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did we announce the winner yet, Kyle? Did Miguel win the 2 tickets this year?
No, well, we're still that's still going on. Yeah, I mean he's got a commanding lead for it. I'll say that. So I mean it's more than likely Miguel is going to be the winner of those things, unless people start gambling and they start winning in the gambles. So yeah,
love it.
There we go. Well, I guess we could even throw in there too, like hopefully all the Bolt Bros will go to the game, and then maybe we take you out to dinner prior to, hang out with us. We'll make it all expenses.
Okay, I guess we're throwing in a date for you guys can go on a date with
going to Kogi. We going to Kogi. Get some burritos.
Oh, there it is.
Barbecue. What's up? Oh yeah, it's gonna be good stuff.
Means was all about them short rib burritos.
Oh, I swear, actually,
I tell you what, dude. Oh my God,
you talked up those burritos so much. I think you let them down because you didn't get those burritos for him.
Yeah. Nick Means was not happy with us. He was like, "Oh man, where did the burrito at?" I was like, "Oh, sorry, bro."
We're in the middle of a 4-hour stream, dude. I mean, I was going to hold this burrito this whole time. Hey, I got you, bro. Here you go.
Yeah. It's going to be cold by that time. So shoot.
Warm it up in the microwave.
Bro, I'll tell you what. That was
yeah.
That's
okay.
Great,
So
man.
Miguel says he's down. Cool. We'll show you a good time.
That'd be dope.
Plenty of cheesy Bolt Bros jokes. Fun time.
Plenty. Well, let's jump into some of the rumors here, guys. And this one kind of throws me off a little bit, too. Actually, we got a couple super chats that just popped in real quick.
Oh shoot!
So there, 99 cents, dude. Appreciate it once again, dude.
I think it's a sticker. I think that one's a sticker. Yeah.
Throw it in that box. Let's go.
I like it. Thank you. Aether got all kinds of money. Are you sure you don't want to take that bet?
Money bags.
Are you sure you don't want to take that bet? Let me just think about it. Just think about it.
Hot second here. And,
hey, yo,
Joseph, let's go, man.
What's up, man?
Dude.
Yo,
appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
So wish list for the true Charter fans is DK, and then that fool from Bengals. So T. Higgins, I believe is what he's talking about. I love it, Anthony. That's great. And then the Jets receiver, bro. We're talking about Garrett Wilson too. On top of that.
Yeah.
Wilson, you know what? Yeah, I like Wilson, dude. That guy is ridiculous, man.
Yep.
There is a connection with Garrett Wilson and Jim Harbaugh. He wanted him to come to Michigan too, and then he ended up going to Ohio State. So there is a connection there. And then he also adds Bosa is gone and we'll re-up deep edge draft, which is, there's a lot of guys out there that'll be sitting around at 22. I mean, we've talked about Jack Sawyer a little bit, possibly could be a second round kind of guy.
Let's go.
What is it? Mike Green would be a really good edge guy too. That would be awesome. And then Anthony saying, we win in next year's Super Bowl. Mark my words, boys. Hey, I'm ready. Hey,
let's go.
And by the way, I know. Let's go. I know it's off season, but I had a dream last night. The Chargers had like this phenomenal game, and I was in my head. I was like, I don't want to go live after this. And then the Chargers go up 2 touchdowns late in the game, and they just blew out like the Bucks or something like that. And I was like, wow, I'm not playing the Bucks. So I assumed that was the Super Bowl, and I was so hyped and getting ready to go live, and then I woke up. But
no, and then I woke up.
But it was a lie.
But, hey, dude, Anthony, if all that goes down, dude, I mean, we literally would have Ladd McConkey as the 4th wide receiver on the team at that point, or mix him as one. We'd have literally 4 number 1s on our team. That would be
right.
I mean, what the heck?
That's amazing.
Put one of them at the tight end or something too. I don't know.
Yeah, I love that.
Who are you going to cover at that point? You can't.
Nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nightmare, wide receiver core.
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah,
hey, that's my nickname when I play pickleball, dude. Everyone calls me Nightmare because they can't hang, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Nightmare because you keep hitting it. Keep hitting it in the
that.
net, dude. You keep hitting it in the net. Yeah.
No, you think it's somebody else.
Hey, you talking crazy talk over here. You're talking crazy talk, bro. I don't know.
Man,
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you too. Hey, Miguel, you had a dream too. I get it. But dude, I'll tell you something. I'll just throw this out there real quick. So I got these grounding sheets, dude. It's like these bed sheets that have like an electrical current that go through it. It's super weird. Yeah, no joke. Ever since we've been using those, dude, I dream every single freaking night now. It's wild, dude. So shout out to grounding sheets, dude. Check them out, dude. Pretty crazy, dude.
Sheets?
Yeah,
hey, man, we can't give them love on this pod. Yeah, I just take a couple edibles before I go to sleep. I'm not like a light, dude.
Oh, you're flying, bro. You're flying then. You're like, see, dude, we going,
all right, unicorns. Me and Kay Adams, we fall in love on a unicorn. We
that's that Simpsons episode where he falls asleep on the in this car, and like it looks like he thinks he's in his bed and he's just flying off. You know, that's you.
Oh, okay. Anthony talked about either of those three wide receivers. Okay, I was gonna say that makes more sense. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense. But
we got all three of those guys. We got all pro team.
Bro, it'd be ridiculous, dude. Just 4 wide receiver sets all day, dude. Go.
That's right. That's right.
But, you know, once again, going into some of the rumors here, I know we've teased it for almost about a half an hour now.
Yeah, we did.
But
it's all right. Hey, we had some burning questions from the fans. It's all good, you know.
We are definitely off track.
Yeah, that's right.
No doubt. Hey, that's our podcast, dude. We should just call it the Off Track Podcast, dude. Like, we're going off the rails all the time, dude. But
stay on track podcast.
Need sparks in the bedroom, Jay? Hello, dude.
A lot.
Hey. I get kind of worried about those sheets, dude. What if it does spark up all of a sudden and shock me? Oh, dang. What is happening?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But anyways, Davante Adams, there's been that rumor, and there's a betting favorite for the Chargers to get Davante Adams. And, you know, I mean, I'm interested to hear from everybody. Once again, all these players that we're going to talk about, I'd love to be able to hear about what your guys' thoughts is about Davante Adams coming to the Chargers and all these players. What's your thoughts, guys, on this one? This one's kind of an interesting one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the guy, but I think he's a head case. I'm not a fan. I don't know. That's just me. He's going to want a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I think again, one of the things I would say about Harbaugh, he's a locker room guy, dude. He wants somebody that's not going to be a headache.
Right.
That's why I don't think Tyreek Hill is really an option. That's just my personal take, but I don't know. But don't get me wrong. Adams is incredible. I don't know. I don't see him being that guy.
Did you watch, and I want to say it was Hard Knocks where they did, was it Hard Knocks or was it last year? I don't remember what it was when the Raiders, no. It was a wide receiver on Netflix. And they had the Raiders as one of or actually wide receiver was Davante Adams, and they were following him along through that series. And he kind of just seemed like he just was like, look, man, we suck and I want to get out of here. Like, you know, and I get it. Like a player wants to win, especially when he's later in his career, like in his early 30s and everything. He wants to find a way to win. And
he wants
Raiders. Raiders ain't winning, you know, and the guy wants to get out of here. And, you know, you don't want a guy who's just going to give up. But at the same side, even if you think about the Raiders, Max Crosby's had some rumors of possibly getting traded and all these different things. He's got no guaranteed money on his contract anymore. I mean, a player does want to get out to be able to have a chance at a ring. Perfect example. Myles Garrett is literally on record saying that I'm late in my career. I want to get a ring and I want to be on a competitive team.
I mean, look at Khalil Mack. I think whoever he signs with is this is my best opportunity with the most amount and have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. My prediction is I think Khalil Mack comes back. I really do think so.
And the Chargers seem very heavy on him too. I mean, they even talked about it like it's a priority. Like they didn't talk even about like the priority that they need to sign Rashawn Slater because he's already under contract. But it is like, hey, priority one seems almost like they want to bring back Khalil Mack. I have a couple different opinions about the Khalil Mack return, in my opinion, and I could chat about that if you like.
Make it quick. You're on time. Tick, tick.
Go back to the Eagles. Go back to the Eagles and what they did versus the Chiefs, right? All their players at their D-line were 4 guys rushing the entire game, and they were all like 27, 28 at the oldest.
True.
And 24, 23, they're all very young players because they have high energy, high motor.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like when we went into the playoffs, it was like older edge guys, a little bit slower all around. They just weren't able, thinking about going into your 18th game, you're kind of a little slower all around for your recovery and everything too. And so I'm kind of a fan of going with like Thule and having Thule being a starter next year, possibly going after an edge guy, like say if you got Myles Garrett, or say if you just, Mike Green, or if you end up getting, Jack Sawyer or something like that too. Like go after a guy, get young at the edge, get young at the line, make sure you have higher energy kind of guys that are a little bit more fresh. But I know Khalil's a stud. He's a great player and very, very like stable for us, but it's could be a lot of money obligated to an older guy.
So see, I don't know. Roland knows which Bolt Bro is got that high IQ, you know what I mean? Roland gets it. He gets it.
And bottom line is though too, is like I really do think that Davante Adams is more than likely going to exit the NFL now that his boy Aaron Rodgers is not going to be on the Jets as well, So because he got let go, I don't see Davante, doing anything else. I mean, he came back to the Jets to be with his boy, but we all know how that one turned out though. So it's like,
Davante Adams to the Saints. What do you think? What if they run with Derek Carr again for next year? Like,
oh gosh, yeah,
he goes right back to the same dudes that he's basically quarterback.
I mean, that's possible.
Well,
sure.
But I personally don't like Davante Adams. He's probably the guy I would not like.
He's probably the least. For sure. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he likes us either, too, because remember the whole
good play.
Pop-Tart garbage situation, and how he got all butthurt about that. And I thought that was pretty hilarious. And it was funny. He didn't really respond to this till like the beginning of the season in July for some reason. And this was like when the schedule release happened in, what was it, like May or something like that happened of last year. So, I don't know if he likes us. So there might be a little bitterness still there, too. So... Who knows?
Yeah, but the one thing I would say is he wants to win a Super Bowl. So if it were to happen, he would want to win a Super Bowl. And who knows? Like your last couple times, what does Harbaugh say? You only got so many sands left in the hourglass.
Yeah,
and that's it, right? You want to win a Super Bowl or not? Like, you ain't gonna win one with the Raiders. I mean, they're it ain't gonna work out there yet. They got 2 or 3 years at best.
Yep.
But anyways, so that's just my final take on that.
And so Miguel here is talking about we getting hyped about all these wide receivers, but we forgot about Keenan Allen. Do we still want him? And also at the same side, Anthony brought up the whole thing, Allen and Adams might happen. And so that's where the whole side that I think if you understand the history of Davante and Keenan Allen, they've talked about that they've wanted to be able to play together, and they always look at each other's game and they love each other's game and they kind of like mold each other off their game. I mean, think about that. If you had Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Davante Adams, that's kind of a dangerous lineup there too. And then you throw in like another weapon there, like say if you get a Colston Loveland or whatnot in the tight end position, who has been known to be kind of like the Travis Kelce of the draft. I mean, dude, you think about that, and then you add, say, J.K. Dobbins in the backfield, and I'm just going to keep saying we better draft at third round. You better draft Scatabo to basically back up J.K. Dobbins, because I think that would be a ridiculous offensive set right there if you had all three of those guys. So will it happen? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for sure.
Yep. We'll see. But that's the fun part of the offseason, guys. And then going to the next player, obviously, a lot of people talk about the whole DK Metcalf situation. And, he even posted on his Instagram a picture of his high school logo, and it has like a charger bolt in it. He's actually had pictures with him.
Hey, let's go.
Being with Deion Henley, too. So we'll see where this goes. Now, this rumor got really, really hot before Pete Carroll basically became the Raiders head coach, too. So Pete Carroll tried to take Sanjay Law from us because he was the wide receiver coach when he was at Seattle and everything, too. What's not to gonna say, when a new manager comes in, just like at your work, they like to bring in their boys, right? And you bring in DK Metcalf over to the Raiders. I mean, who the heck knows what their quarterback situation is going to be? I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, who's going to go over to the Raiders.
How crazy would that be, dude?
I totally could see that happening, dude. I totally could see that happening.
Wow.
Or a Kirk Cousins. Like those are the two guys that I would say would be Raiders quarterback.
I would say Kirk Cousins over. I think Rodgers might be done, dude. Like that's my take, but who knows?
Who knows? And it's crazy because there was some rumors out there that Aaron Rodgers tried to plead with the Jets to keep him around for 2 more years. And it's like, I don't know one guy's going to say, hey, please don't fire me. Please don't fire me. And it's like, dude, you're out, dude. We made a decision. Like, like coming back to an ex-girlfriend kind of thing, like, hey, I already fired you. You out.
Oh, we've all been there. We've all been there, Hey, we've all been there. It's
we've done that. We've done it. We've done it. We've done it. But
we can make it happen. Make it work. Make it work.
Yep. But DK Metcalf, what's your guys' thoughts on that? I know in the chat people have talked about it. So
I don't know. He's a little older. What is he 30?
No, he's like 27, 28, I believe.
Oh, he's okay. All right. For some reason I thought he was 30. I don't know why I thought that. Anytime after 30, maybe 1 or 2 year contract. I like that.
He'll be 27 December 14th, so he'll be 28 by the end of the season.
Okay. That's not too bad. And he's fast, dude. He's fast. He's got good hands. You could probably get Metcalf cheaper than some of these other choices as well, too, as I would think. So I like that. And again, my general belief is we don't need – it'd be nice to have a Jamar Chase. It'd be nice to have, a Justin Jefferson or Garrett Wilson, but they're going to want a lot of money, right? But a guy like him with Ladidi McConkey and Quentin, if you can get Quentin just to take another step up, and maybe draft another wide receiver. Somebody else pops up. We could get kind of a mid-range wide receiver. Dude, I don't think you always need a number 1. I think you need a number of good players. It's all about depth. Yeah. It's all about just not having holes. And that's it, right? The best possible players. That's just my take. I just, with $100 million, you could probably go out and get a lot of really good players and just be a balanced team. That's kind of my take on it. That's how I would handle it if I'm the GM, but that's just me.
100%. Well, and it's the thing about DK Metcalf that's interesting is that there was an article I read this week when they hired Clint Kubiak as their offensive coordinator. Mike McDonald talked pretty heavily about like, what's your plans for DK Metcalf? How are you going to use DK Metcalf as a wide receiver? And that's sounded almost like that's the reason why Clint Kubiak got hired as offensive coordinator, because he had a good plan for DK. So I personally think they're going to find a way to keep DK Metcalf there because if the offensive coordinator got hired and was talking to him about what are you going to do with DK Metcalf, I think he's going to stick around there. But anything's possible. Once again, if you come to the table and say, hey, look, we'll give you a 2nd-round pick in this year's draft or whatever it's going to be, and it's just something that it's too good to pass up, they'll move on from the guy. I don't think you want to fully go away from all of your wide receivers unless you feel like there's a wide receiver you really feel good about in the draft to get younger at that position. Yeah. DK is a great wide receiver, man. He's got a big body, great ability to work down field stretcher for you. Mm-hmm. I think he could be a great influence on Quentin Johnston, in my opinion, too. Yeah, I think so too. Right.
Very similar to wide receivers.
Yeah, no doubt. And the thing is, with DK Metcalf, I remember reading about his diet and how he works out like crazy, and then he goes home and just binges on candy. And so he just has like a dinner of candy, and the dude's got like 1% body fat. So
it's like, how is that even possible? What do you?
Yeah, I don't even know, dude. I was just thinking the same thing.
Not a clue. Dude.
Look how cut he is. We have to call him Blade because he's so cut. You know what I
mean? I remember when he got drafted. Remember he came into the draft room and Pete Carroll was there. And Pete Carroll took his shirt off because he's like, yo, I'm going to show you my muscles, dude. And it's like, obviously he's got no muscles, but but the dude is straight ripped, dude.
Yeah, he's freaking cut, dude. Yeah, he's straight up. Crazy. He's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, but like I said, I think DK would be great. But I think he's probably not going to go anywhere. That'd be my take if I had to make a guess, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see where it ends up going with him.
Yeah, for me, like I've kind of like what James was saying is like, I think it's more possible that he's going to end up in the Raiders than he is going to end up in the Chargers, So, like, obviously, I would love to have him over in LA, but I feel like, because of his connection with Pete Carroll, he probably want to stick with him. Or, I don't know, maybe, but then at the same time, maybe he just wants to change too. So, yeah. Yep. But I think that the bigger odds are for me in my book that he's going to stick with what he knows,
Yeah. we'll see where he ends up going with it. I mean, once again, there's a lot of guys on record, Deion Henley specifically, Derwin James, they're out there talking to these guys. And, Deion was even on record with another podcast.
Locked On. Yeah, he was
Locked
there.
On. Yeah, talking about how he's been chatting with some people. And so there's a couple guys that want to come over here. But once again, the teams have to make an agreement. I personally think these agreements are made. Combine is huge, guys. That's where all the GMs are at. That's where everybody's sitting around, hanging around, having steak dinners with each other, just talking and throwing out ideas. And that's where a lot gets done. And one thing I want to say is that some people talked about like the Ravens not making a lot of trades. So we think, oh, well, Chef Ortiz is not going to trade off big picks or anything like that. Well, he was there when they did the Roquan Smith. Yeah. Inside linebacker trade, which was a 2nd and a 5th round pick plus a player with AJ Klein. So that was in 2022. And if there's a player they want, they will give up picks to go after these guys. So
I agree.
I think it's possible.
Yeah. I mean, anything's possible for sure. Anything is possible. I think I will say this in Joe Ortiz, we trust. I think clearly, isn't Chad Alexander, interviewing for another GM position or something like that?
Yeah.
Jaguars.
Yeah. Oh, Jaguars. That's right. Yeah. So hopefully he stays with us. I mean, I think he's kind of our lucky rabbit's foot, as well too. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he interviewed for the Raiders and the Jaguars. And so it's crazy to think about the Jaguars don't even have a GM yet. And that's whole clip of their new head coach over there with the Duval clip just trips me out, dude. I mean, that's like one of those clips cringe. That you're like, oh gosh, that was
so cringe.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, so bad. But anyways, DK Metcalf, yay or nay in the chat. Love to be able to hear from you guys on that one. Yeah. So moving on, T. Higgins, obviously not a trade situation, but there's that rumor mill throwing around about the T. Higgins situation. I mean, the Bengals want him. I mean, they have some kind of leverage because where he's at. He's a guy that's somewhat in-house. I mean, his contract's essentially over with them at this point.
Right.
But I mean, they got to figure out things with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
T. Higgins would be a pretty good pickup for the Chargers. So thoughts on that, guys? T. Higgins, where do you think?
He just wants so much money, dude. And I don't know. See, and this is where I would build the team a little differently, right? I don't know that you want to go out and get the number one wide receiver. I think you need very good players at every position, right? I mean, just look at our defense. Our defense didn't have, we had Derwin James. Derwin James had an amazing season. But the reason why Derwin James could play the way he was is because we had 2 safeties that could put a lid on top and they could, Derwin James blitzed. 30% pressure rating when he blitzed, right? So I guess my point is I don't think you need 1 or 2 great players. I think you need a lot of good players, right? As long as the team is balanced. Look at the Eagles, look at the Chiefs, look at all these top teams, But again, it is nice having a guy like that as well too. But you put a lot of eggs in one basket with this guy right here, and that's a lot of money. So I don't know. I would rather have 2 really good wide receivers than 1 T. Higgins. That's just my take, but
well, that's just it though too. It's
that's just my take. I don't know.
That's what I was saying is because Jamar Chase is the premier receiver over there at the Bengals, but T. Higgins is not. I mean, yes, he's great. He's an over 1,000 yards receiver and stuff like that, but he's not Jamar Chase, So
true.
He is. He would be a balance, I think, for us. But sure, he might want Higgins might want a big contract too. But I mean, that's just kind of the going rate, the market rate for wide receivers right now. So
well, and I mean, look at what Saquon Barkley did with the Eagles. Of course,
right.
I will say this: the reason why is because that offensive line is just butt and gut. I think it's the largest offensive line in the NFL is 330 minimum.
Yeah.
Or no, that was the average weight size. It's just huge, dude.
Big old boys.
My point is, it depends. I still think we are going to build more in the trenches. So I think someone said something about a tackle from Alabama. I'm not sure who that was. That was a couple. But my point is I almost see us spending more money on tackles and centers and then getting a running back and then 1 or 2 okay wide receivers. But that's just my take, just because I think we want to out physical the team, right?
Right.
And again, I get it. You know, having someone like T. Higgins would be amazing, but man, he's just going to want so much more money, right? And you want to protect Herbert too, because Herbert is the crown jewel. He is, you know, he's it. But my take, I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I crazy?
You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
That's right.
That's exactly what I say when I hop on the pickleball court. I say the exact same thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
going down like a sweet muffin. That's right.
Yeah,
You going down, Mildred. That's it.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, though, too, is like, I mean, yes, we could talk about the line, but if our receivers are not able to catch the ball, they're not able to get the separation from the corners and stuff, then there's no one to throw to, and so like then he just has to throw it away, or he gets sacked and stuff because he doesn't have enough time because the receivers aren't doing they aren't where they need to be. So I mean, look, it's a double-edged sword.
It is tough.
It really is tough because, like, yes, you need a good line, but you need good receivers. You need good everything. You know, like it's that's why it's a team sport. You know, you can't. There's not just the problem is too is like you can't just. This is what I hate about like how we have to spend so much money on all these players because like not one player like Jamar Chase, if we got him, that would not move the needle enough for the Chargers to get all the way to the Super Bowl. I believe because there's too much that we need to fill. Besides just one position there, you know?
Correct.
Yeah. But the one thing that I had a concern of, and once again, I know we'll get to the super chat. The one thing is my concern about this whole offseason and going into last season is who is going to be the guy to make the clutch catches when you need him at most. And we never really truly had that guy. And that's where you pay a guy like T. Higgins. That's where you pay a guy like Jamar Chase to be that guy. Like Antonio Gates was that guy for us for a while. You know, Keenan Allen would be that good spot kind of wide receiver for us, but not to make the big play, but make the play to be able to continue a drive. Like, it's about trying to find that guy that could be that home run type guy for you when necessary. And that's why you would pay a guy like that. Now, T. Higgins is kind of slated to be about a $30 million per year type wide receiver. Go back to the whole like contracts that we signed with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I mean, they were trying to be almost close to that same type of range. And we don't have that guy. We have a Ladd McConkey who could be that guy, but really you need a 1A, 1B type situation with a wide receiver situation. So
I agree.
So Rick H-Town, thank you so much for the $4.99. Cha-ching.
All right,
let's go.
There you go. Yeah.
But is it possible we could trade for a top tier center? Any suggestions? Centers generally aren't really like traded that often. It's more free agency type situation. So I mean, if you look at the top centers right now, you got Ryan Kelly from the Colts, who could be a very good choice for you.
Solid.
And then Ryan Dahlman from the Falcons are the other guys. Now, once again, a lot of teams will throw a whole heck of a lot of money at that position. But as you know, we've had a hole within the center position for a bit. I will say Bozeman wasn't great, not good. I wouldn't say he's good or bad, but also at the same side, I really feel like Pipkins kind of held him back a little bit too. You know, it's only center can only do so much. If a guy is off his assignment, it's going to make the whole O-line look bad pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
well, I would say I would push back a little bit on Bozeman and Pipkins and also even Zion Johnson we have arguably the best two tackles in the NFL. So 100%. The team said, we got to put pressure up the middle. And that's where everything came. And so they were kind of overwhelmed up the middle, right? And so that was part of the problem. So it's a little bit skewed, but I guess that's kind of where the conversation gets different. It's just, again, in the NFL, they're going to exploit your weaknesses, and our weaknesses were up the middle because we had such great tackles. They weren't going anywhere. You know, they weren't going to put hands on Herbert on our tackles. Yep. Anyways, that's kind of my take on that. But 100%. But I like the idea of a good center because they don't come available that often, and this isn't a very good center draft either, from what I can tell. So there was that one guy from Middlebury that I think we highlighted a couple of videos ago, but he's a little bit of a kind of a Swiss Army knife type of guy, right? Yeah. A little bit of a center, a guard. Anyways.
Yeah. And it's a hard thing to go from like a young center and expect him to do extremely well going into the NFL. I mean, even to go in perfect example, like Joe Alt, he's got all the intangibles, 21-year-old guy, a man body pretty much, but he could grow into that body further. But he still also had his games and his faults where he did not look good at all. So center is, to me, like, you always go to the veteran side of things. You don't really anticipate a rookie center to go in and just play at like an all-pro type level year one, because there's just it's a different game going from the college to the NFL. And in Middlebury, if you had a guy coming from Middlebury to be your center, it's kind of like, it's a different animal going from like Division II essentially to the NFL. That's a tough one. So that's more of a project player, in my opinion, to go there. So, but yeah.
You said man body.
Man body. I did say man body.
Is that a cologne?
Man body.
Man body. Is that a cologne? Is that a body spray? Was that
yes.
Little axe,
man
body
body, child body, man body. I don't know what the term is. I don't know, whatever it is. But
something like that. Anyway, whatever. It's cool.
Trey Smith. I mean, who knows where we're going to go with that? I mean, obviously, guard is going to be a big focus for sure. So, do we obligate a lot of money to it? I mean, Harbaugh likes his linemen, right? He win and lose by the line. That's Bobby Ross, and that's the same idea that Jim Harbaugh thinks too. So, who knows? We'll see. But moving on to other players that are kind of rumored now. Deebo Samuel got the green light for a trade. So, I know we chatted a little bit about Deebo Samuel. I mean, who knows? I mean, Deebo is an awesome wide receiver when healthy. Like, this season, he went through 3 different injuries and everything, and there's going to be a fair amount of teams out there that are going to want to go after him. I think he wants to get paid a little bit more, but obviously he had kind of a down year last year. The thing I love about Deebo is that he's a player that's like an X factor guy. He could be a running back. He could be a wide receiver. He could be moved around a lot. And just think about that within a Greg Roman type offense. It allows to have that guy that can do more than just be a wide receiver. And I love that he's coming from the Niners, because I feel like the Niners are very physical with their wide receivers and really preach blocking with their tight or wide receivers. So that's the one thing I really like about it. But what's your thoughts on Deebo?
What I like about Deebo coming to the Chargers is that he would be having the PTSD of the booty stank as well from the coaching situation, you know. So,
and he's going to the Saints from what it sounds like.
He's going to the Saints, by the way. Which is
I know, yeah. So it's possible, but I'm like, okay, Deebo would know what the Chargers players were dealing with for the last 3 years, you know, or 4 years, I guess I would say. This would be huge for him to be able to connect with the other players like right away, you know. So they would just know, they would have this kind of inside, you know, like joke going on between each other, you know. So like that would be beneficial, I think, to have that chemistry built right away too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like you're saying too, like, I mean, him being able to having the ability to be a running back situation, like, would be
nice.
huge. That's huge for this Greg Roman situation too, you know. So yeah.
Just adding another weapon to the run game. And that's like the thing. You get like a dual purpose type player, a guy that could go out there and do a lot for the team. And I think that would be an interesting thing, because I can't necessarily think of a Greg Roman offense where they had kind of a flex wide receiver type player that could do that. It was always like Lamar Jackson, or like to say Colin Kaepernick, or whatever it is. And, you know, all these different things. So it'd be interesting to see where Deebo lands and everything. And by the way, I was going to say, I just read that Doug Nussmeier is going to be the offensive coordinator over at the Saints under Kellen Moore.
That's crazy
too. So you got to think they're bringing back like all these Chargers guys,
getting the band back together. Well, Nussmeier was his guy at the at Dallas. So Yep.
So he brought him back, and he was the quarterback coach for the Eagles, while Kellen Moore was the offensive coordinator with the Eagles. So essentially, he's just bringing his guys in. That's how it always works.
How it always works. Yeah.
How it always works. So,
oh my God. Kevin, I had to highlight this. Is great. Little politics right here. Can we get Nancy Pelosi for a punt return? Just one play. Oh my God. She'd be lit up, dude.
That'd be great. Yeah.
First of all, let's see her even catch a ball, and let's see her do anything. I want to see her get blown up, dude.
She won't even be able to roll out to even be a even one route. It ain't gonna happen, dude. She'll get stuffed at the line, dude. It's a wrap, dude. That cornerback will just push her over.
Or it said Warren. I thought you were talking about like Elizabeth Warren. I was like, hilarious.
Well, Elizabeth Warren too. Why not?
Warren,
yeah, why not?
And actually, Elizabeth Warren, dude. Oh, she's like a teacher to me, dude.
Well,
like, oh man,
Rodrigo, man. Like, honestly, like with a whole Warren Loveland off the board. Kenneth Grant, Mike Green, Barron, I think is going to get a lot of love from the combine too, man. I think the more you hear about Barron as a safety, is stud. Golden, that's another one. Booker is a good one. Arroyo to me is awesome. I think there was actually even some rumors of Chargers really looking pretty heavily at him. What I'm interested in, I love seeing about the combine, is watching all the rumors of who the Chargers have met with. So we're going to keep an eye on a lot of that too. And I do know that they've actually met with one tight end already. This was at the East-West Shrine. No, it was at the Senior Bowl. The Chargers did meet with Moliki Mavatabo, I think is how you pronounce it. It's a UCLA tight end that they did meet up with already.
Yeah,
so
he's good. I like it.
So there's they are looking at tight end very heavily. So we'll see where that ends up going. So
nice.
But Tyreek Hill,
Pelosi's husband.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But anyways, Tyreek Hill, that's one of those guys that has been rumored quite a bit. 2, finding his way out of Miami. I don't know, man. Once again, I wouldn't necessarily say head case he could be very much a head case, but at the same side, I know you guys chatted about some of the other wide receivers that we talked about that they could be kind of locker room situation. I think Tyreek Hill could be a little bit of an issue. Remember week 1, he got arrested in front of the stadium, trying to
hilarious.
I was sitting there like, oh crap, that's my freaking fantasy guy, dude. Is he a good player or whatnot? And dude, but Tyreek to me could be a head case, but could be fun watching him with Herbert. Like, I don't know, what's your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, bad locker room guy, in my opinion. He's a hard pass for me. Don't get me wrong, he got the speed, but I don't think so.
Well, but first and foremost, though, he actually did apologize for his comments about wanting to leave Miami, and I think I'm pretty sure he's staying there. So, but I mean, sure, okay, let's just put it out there, like live in fantasy land, that maybe he would be out on the block, I guess, but. I mean, I agree with Andrew. He's not the guy. He's too much of a prima donna, too much of a ball hog. He wants it all, like he wants all the glory and stuff like that, and that's not Harbaugh's team. We don't want people like that on our team at all.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just a big believer that he wants good locker room presence. I think that matters almost more than general talent, right? Because like this guy's got all the talent in the world, but it's about him. It's not going to be about selfish play with Harbaugh, in my opinion.
Right.
Yep. 100%. I mean, I don't know if you go and look at it, like I think Miguel's asking, is like, who do you want at wide receiver? Too many options, but we can only have one. And I mean, it's boy, I pressed it and then you pressed it. Anyways, so. And if you really look at like the wide receiver, you just say, hey, look, like to me, T. Higgins would probably be the least of the problematic type wide receivers. I mean, some people say DK Metcalf's that same guy where he could be a little bit of head case. I don't really know about that, in my opinion, but I think T. Higgins would probably be the more fit for what the Chargers, I think, would bring in. And he's a younger guy. He's got a guy that would now essentially be a true one, not working basically under Jamar Chase at this point. Now you'll have a very dynamic duo of Ladd and T at that point. We'll see where it lands with these guys. I mean, there's just a lot of options, a lot of rumors going out about a lot of different people that could be coming to the Chargers. And I mean, think of how gnarly, like going back to the old Davante Adams idea. Yes, potentially Davante could be a little bit of a head case, but you just think like, what if you get him and also Keenan Allen back, and then you still got Quentin Johnston to let him develop. You got Darius Davis, then you have Ladd McConkey. That's like a really, really tough situation there. Plus, even throwing out like a tight end position that we could upgrade to, Mark Andrews or something like that. Like that would be that's scary. That is real scary. That'll be Justin Herbert's best lineup he's ever had. Period. Right then and there. Like that would be wild to watch.
Yeah, but the one thing I will say when we start talking about the draft, and again, guys, we're going to talk about the draft a little more. Right now, we're talking about free agents just because that's what's in front of us right now. We're going to highlight players in the first round, right, of course, but then secondarily, eventually, after we get past free agency to some degree, that's when we start heading into the draft conversations. But I will say this, just blanket statement. If you look back at that draft I guess we're throwing up here in a second. this coaching staff knows talent when they see it, right? So I'm not too worried. We were able to find talent in the 5th round, obviously Cam Hart and
Tarheeb still.
Like that's a 5th round, guys.
Yeah,
that is a crapshoot, bro. In most cases, that's like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. 7th round gets a little bit fuzzy for us this last draft, and we'll show you that as well too. But my point is, I think there's a good chance we go after a wide receiver in this draft, and might not go after a high paid wide receiver in free agency, but we'll see what happens as well too. I think they're looking at both options, and then they're going to make some decisions. With this much money, dude, you could go get a really nice center, a really nice guard, and have a lockdown line hard, and then maybe a good time. I mean, you could probably get Andrews pretty easy too as a tight end. I mean, he'll at least catch the ball. Of course, he didn't catch that one ball. Bills. Oh boy. But I guess that's my point, right? Like, I still believe get really good players across the board and get depth. That matters more than just about getting 1 or 2 guys that are going to take a big portion of your salary. That's my take.
Yep. I mean, it's totally possible. Totally possible. I mean, I think it's, even to say the statement here by Eddie Lawrence about 1st round picks could be Tyler Booker, offensive tackle. He's actually considered as an offensive guard.
He's the guard. Yeah, that's right.
Jim Harbaugh looks at them as weapons. And I mean, that would not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing about it is that having free agency in March, I believe it starts on March 12th or something like that.
Yeah.
You're going to have some gaps filled. And then let's say if we really, really fill a lot of gaps already, wide receiver, tight end, cornerback, whatever it might be that we end up filling up, that's where it's like, okay, like at 22, if Booker is there, I could totally see Jim Harbaugh going there and just getting him. Like, he's going to be a very, very good offensive guard. And he does. And I think I saw Booker kind of sitting in the mid 15s-ish type area. So possibly a trade up. Once again, Chargers have 11 draft picks to work with. So they have the ability to go out there and trade some picks. I don't know if we're going to actually choose 11 players, by the way, but I could see them, trading some picks to possibly even trade up some level too. So it's going to be great, man. I'm looking forward to it. So
my general, I know we're going to look at one more player here real quick, but
we got a couple players. So
my general take is this, and again, I'll just say this in free agency, and I probably should have said this at the beginning. I think by the time we get to the draft, we already have a team that is ready to play day one, right?
Yep.
We already have a team that we feel comfortable with. We're happy. Then that frees you up in the draft to get whoever you think is the best available player, right? Okay, cool. Oh man, I love this guy. He's incredible. And then you can make some decisions on, who you have in front of that person too. It doesn't matter. You want the best available player, and then you just go down the line and just make your team more deep and more wide. That's it. So
100%.
That's my take.
I mean, if you do have a team set going into a draft with 11 picks, it's all about now. It is all about best player available. Fill in wherever you can possibly. Cornerback, linebacker, D-line to O-line to running back to whatever it is. It's all luxury picks from that point. It's about just finding gap fillers at that point. So, man, it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. So, and going to another player that's kind of rumored a little bit for the Chargers, Najee Harris is one that's been thrown out there a little bit as a potential landing spot for him. Obviously, the Steelers could bring him back.
Before we go on to that, there was a question though too. Is like Miguel asked, so of all those wide receivers, we can only get one. Who do you guys really want?
Oh yeah, we already talked a little bit about that.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
I already said T. Higgins basically would be the right guy because I think it's a culture fit at that point.
Yeah,
less problematic, a guy that could really grow as a number one. I think it would be a great position there for us to go with.
Because I was going to pipe in and just say mine would be Garrett Wilson for sure. So
Garrett Wilson.
I like Garrett Wilson too.
Yeah, all the connection, deep connections with Harbaugh and stuff like that. Yeah, that's my guy. If we're going for a wide receiver, and we only had one.
Taylor, $2, man. Thank you so much for the money. Appreciate it, dude. Do the roar. You got a roar noise, Kyle? Is that what he's asking about, dude? You got a lion noise?
Do the roar? Oh yeah, I do. I got hang on a sec.
Here you go. Let's see this word.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Just keep going. I mean, a second.
It's somewhere around here. But Najee Harris.
This
let's
one.
put. There we go.
Yeah, because we want some dogs in the locker room.
Oh, I get it.
100%, dude. 100%, dude. So, I mean, and going to Najee Harris, I mean, he's a guy that'll get you 1,000 yards. He won't be a guy, to me, in my opinion, will be that guy that'll just 13, 14, 1,500 yard type, guy. I mean, total yards, combined yards, he could do it. But I don't know. I just don't think that Najee Harris would be I wouldn't want him to be the number one running back for us. I would see him more as a complement type back in a sense. And I think J.K. Dobbins with a younger guy would be, in my opinion, a better situation. Like, if you're going to keep Gus Edwards, obviously it'll be J.K. and Gus again. But at the same side, I don't think Gus will stick around. I think we're going to let him go with a younger back and then bring back J.K. So, I mean, that's my strategy in the running back room. So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, resign J.K. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Najee. He's been all right. They always have a good line too, and I just feel like for a team that just focuses on running backs, he's okay. I think J.K. would be great, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on him.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I would much rather keep Gus Edwards than take Najee. I mean, I know Gus is not like the best by any means he last year, but at least he would have a consistency with it. I mean, maybe he was nursing like a lot of injuries and stuff too before. So, I think just keep that consistency at least, but we definitely got to keep J.K. Dobbins though. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and you got to look at like Gus Edwards in April, he'll be 30 years old. And in the running back scheme of things, that means like you're an old man essentially too. So, we'll see. But I mean, Greg Roman loves J.K. Dobbins and loves Gus Edwards. So we'll see where that leads. But I wouldn't obligate a lot of money to Najee Harris, in my opinion. So I would move on from him. So, but to talk a little bit about some defensive guys, the whole thing, Myles Garrett, we did a whole video about him. I mean, goodness gracious, it would be wild to see Myles Garrett on this team.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Amazing.
I mean, I saw some rumors that he might go to the Eagles, which would be like the rich get richer at that point.
Right.
But, Myles Garrett to the Chargers, dude, like, I think that would be an awesome power move, very bold move to be able to get him over here somewhere or another. Now, the owners, Haslam, for the Browns are basically like, you are not taking Myles Garrett. If you're going to take Myles Garrett, we're going to trade you also Deshaun Watson because you're going to take that contract on kind of thing. And then you'll also take Myles Garrett. So you got to free us up.
Yeesh.
Ain't no way we're getting Deshaun Watson over here, by the way.
Yeah, that guy's a turd in a punch bowl for real.
But I mean, Myles Garrett, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know, but Myles Garrett would be a stud. I mean, the guy wants to leave. The guy wants to go win. He's later in his career. He wants to find a way to be competitive. The Browns are not going to be competitive, especially in that division.
No.
There's no way they're going to be competitive next year. So it's going to be another 4-13 type season for next season, something stupid like that. And he's going to get his way out of there one way or another. He might end up the season, my opinion. I think he'll start the season as with the Browns, but probably a mid-season type trade next season. I think that's what's going to eventually happen with Myles Garrett. So love to be able to see him with his Chargers. I think he looked good in bolts, baby.
Yeah.
Eighth, you want to put some money on that? Aaron Jones. Hey, by the way, I think Myles Garrett looks like Childish Gambino. I've said that so many times.
I can see it.
I can see it. Childish Gambino. Anybody else think that as well? Every time I see him, I'm like, dang, dude, Childish Gambino looking yoked.
There you go.
Looking all swole.
Yeah, dude.
Micah Parsons, that's the other one too. Micah Parsons.
Yeah. Out of Cowboys, that'd be great.
Bro. That would be insane. And I've thrown that out there last season too. If the Chargers could find a way to go get Micah Parsons. I mean, he was on the podcast with Derwin James, and Derwin's giving him some throwing some love at him. Like, yo,
he's talking in that ear. He was like, "Hey, man,
dude, Micah Parsons. Oh, yes, dude, please. So yes, please.
He's so good.
Yeah.
I will say this. I know people keep talking about the defensive line, man. I still think you need to re-sign Tear Tart and Poona Ford no matter what.
100%.
I think you could probably get rid of Megan Fox. I think you could probably let because I think this was his last season or last contract.
Yep. He is basically a free agent this year. Yeah,
free agent. Yep.
My take is you sign Poona Ford and Tear Tart no matter what. But then there are very good defensive linemen in the draft, right? So then you can add some more depth in that regard.
Sure.
You guys absolutely earned a contract. So that's my
yeah.
Did Ather just put 100 on that Aaron Jones contract?
Oh boy. Oh. Aether says, I want my money. I want my money.
Okay. Is this a handshake deal or what?
Is this
okay?
Wait,
we're seeing another bet live on Bolt Bros. Aether.
Are we doing this? Are we doing
this? Is this bet for you and him now? Is that what's going on? Yeah.
Let's see, hold on. Who is it for though?
Yeah.
Aaron Jones, 2-year contract, 15 million.
Aaron Jones.
Oh, he's saying Aaron Jones. Okay,
Aaron
so that's
Jones.
the running back right there. Dang, I don't know.
Running back.
I mean, that'd be sick, dude. Aaron Jones would be awesome.
Yeah. He says this year, and he was going to get a 2-year.
Yeah, he's 2 years.
That deal ain't gonna happen, dude. 100% ain't gonna happen. Dude's 30 years old.
We'll take the bet. The Bolt Bros will take that bet.
Bolt Bros take the bet, dude. Bolt Bros take the bet.
Bros take the bet.
All three of us. If you take the bet, say, "All right, dude, I'm putting my hand up on that one."
Yeah,
Yep,
I'll
that
say
ain't
it.
gonna happen.
Let's say it.
Oh, we're taking it,
Okay.
dude. Let's go.
Oh, it's all right.
Let's go.
All right, Aether, we got that bet. We got that bet.
Dude. But
All right,
Aether,
dude.
Yes,
$100.
handshake. Oh, handshake. Okay.
there you go.
We good.
Okay.
Yep, I'll take it.
Bet is set.
Yeah,
Hundo
handshake.
coming to us. That's happening.
Handshake happened. Okay, here we go.
Fantastic, dude.
There you go.
YouTube. I don't know if that gets us banned or not, but hey, we'll see what happens.
Bolt Bros exclusive.
But speaking of another guy that was with the Packers, is it Jair Alexander?
Yeah, Alexander.
Jair, yeah.
I remember he was kind of a hot name there for a while when he was a free agent and then he signed with the Packers. I kept saying he would be a great pickup for the Chargers. And so there is interest apparently with him and the Ravens. It makes sense. Ravens West, Ravens East, it's kind of how it works.
Sure.
We're very hand in hand. But there's some interest that he's gonna get let go by the Packers. And I think it would be pretty cool to be able to see an upgrade at the cornerback position. You assume Asante Samuel's gone at this point. The thing about Cam Hart, like he played great, but he did get injured quite a bit. Fair amount of concussions. You kind of get a little leery about that and scared about how his longevity as a player could be. But, Tarheeb still is an absolute dog. And thing about Tarheeb, man, he was the second best defensive rookie last year, just behind the Rams player who ended up getting the defensive player, the rookie defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name right now for some reason, but
I can't remember his name either all the time. Yeah,
he was in the chat. He was basically right there with him. And so if you feel like you come back, Tarheeb still killing it, you put another cornerback like an Alexander there. Our cornerback room is pretty freaking set with even to say just Sir Taylor with basically Alexander, with Hart, with Tarheeb still. I would love to see that. So thoughts on that idea would be pretty cool too, to see Alexander as a Charger.
Yeah, no, I like that idea too. But man, the one guy I would love to get, Sauce Gardner. If there's a way we can get him from the Jets somehow, so sick. Like if I were to see a trade, I would want to see that trade personally. Just he's that good, dude. Yeah, and yes, you're right, Aether. I doubted you about Alohi, man. That guy's been the man. But I will say this now too. Now that we got Marcus May and we have
Elijah
Molden, and then Tony Jefferson. I think that safety room, I think we sign all those guys again, and we just run it back with those guys one more year, because you can get those guys fairly cheap, in my opinion, right? And then you'll be good to go. But again, as far as cornerbacks concerned, we need a good cornerback. Fulton ain't it. He was okay, but not great, right? But we need one or two guys that are going to be.
He definitely wet the bed quite a bit there at the end.
It was weird. Like he had some games that he was pretty good, then the other games where he struggled. I don't know if it was injury or what, but this guy would be way better, But man, I just keep thinking of Sauce Gardner, dude. He would
want to get out of the Jets, dude. They're tired of it, dude. I mean, Aaron Glenn's do a lot of culture shifting over there. Because for whatever reason, man, that organization is like snake bit beyond snake bit. Now, we're Chargers fans, and we've seen a lot of, being snake bit type games and stupid things and all that stuff. But the Jets as an organization is just like, dude, people want to get out of there. Like, whatever it is, culture wise, maybe it's Woody Johnson, the owner, just is not good. I don't know what it is over there, but I mean, if you could get Sauce Gardner, bro, that would be once again, that's a Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, bold type move to really get this team to a whole nother level and showing that you really want to win a Super Bowl. Maybe it's capital, maybe it's players, maybe throw Joey Bosa over to the Jets with a pick or something like that.
Sure.
Like, think about things like that. Like, that might help out. Aaron Glenn's a defensive type minded guy. Maybe he'll look at Joey Bosa and be like, all right, he'll be my Aiden Hutchinson in my defense kind of thing.
Sure.
Like, who knows, man? I mean, that's a bold move. Absolute bold move.
I like JC's idea here. JC Ho from the Carolina Panthers. I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
JC Ho, what's up? I like that. Yeah, JC Ho. JC Ho's pretty good. I like that.
So I was gonna say, not to reopen old wounds, but getting a player like J.C. Jackson from the Patriots after he had already won Super Bowl, whatever, like that, had some rings from there. That is a bad thing. So I don't want champion pedigree players because in a lot of ways those players, they have less to play for. The reason why they get into the game is like to win the championship, and if they already got that, then they're probably just looking for money at that point, Like, I mean, sure, they could potentially be playing for the Hall of Fame status and stuff, but that's why getting players from like the Bengals, getting players from the Jets would be amazing, because those players are hungry to win and they want to win their championships as well. So and they want to go to teams that are competitive enough to get into the playoffs and get further into there. So
yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, but then again, you got to look at the other teams that are like the JC Horns sitting at Panthers, where he's been there for now 4 years, and that team has never been winning. And maybe the chip on their shoulder is like, I need to go on a team that makes me win, and I'm young doing that. Like, look at JC Horn. Like, you look at like his PFF. I mean, his rush grade is at 8th best cornerback in the league at 86.9. Run defense 80.9 at 13th in the league. His coverage grade is low at 136, but I think, to be honest, you think as like a full defense in situation there, I mean, they're getting eaten up all around because not a lot of good talent around them. But overall, he's ranked as the 86th best cornerback in the league. But I think ultimately, when you put him on a better defense, better system like a Jesse Minter, he's going to thrive. He will thrive in a system here. So
big time.
But it'll be interesting to see where it all leads. And I did just want to pull up, and I know we chatted about it a little bit, just kind of a small recap of, our draft class last year. NFL basically ranked us as the 3rd best draft class. And my thing is, if you could hit about a 50% like hit rate of starter caliber based players in your draft, you are going to have an extremely successful season. And if you look at it, obviously Joe Alt, Ladd McConkey, hey, we weren't too happy about not getting an offensive weapon in wide receiver, but guess what? Joe Alt's an absolute stud. We hit a home run with the trade up with the freaking New England Patriots to get Ladd McConkey. And
incredible.
Then Tarheeb Still, the Cam Hart in 5th round. I mean, 2 starting caliber cornerbacks. You know what? Colston, if he ends up kind of thriving and getting more healthier going into the season, he knows the system. It's going to be an easy transition for him if he gets healthy and be ready for next year. Yeah, Boydby, we still don't know what we got with him. But we hit it with like 4 players from year 1 draft. I mean, we got 11 picks this next season. If we hit with 5 more starting caliber type guys next year, 6, I mean, dude, this team is going to be stacked beyond measure. And it's going to be very, very exciting to watch that, guys. So Joe Ortiz is going to make the right moves. Once again, with those trades that we've talked about and those rumors or free agency pickups, he's going to make the right moves. And I really hate it when people compare like, well, the Ravens never make these bold moves and big signings. We're not the Ravens. Like, yes, he came from a system that he was under, Ravens GMs and such too. But like, he's the Chargers GM. He's going to be different. He's not going to be that Telesco, the guy where he sits on his freaking butt and not make bold moves. This guy's going to make moves. So
and he picked up a lot of great players during the season too, right? I mean, Marcus May was a great example of his first game.
Yeah.
In fact, I couldn't even believe that the Dolphins did that. They brought up a guy from the practice squad and then they tried to squeeze him back on the practice squad. We scooped him up. I mean, that guy's incredible. That's why I'm saying Marcus May and these other guys we scooped up. I mean, Tony Jefferson, Marcus May, Elijah Molden. I mean, our safety room is locked down. I think with just the guys we have now, we're going to be fine. I want to say one thing about Junior Colson and Justin Aboybe. Justin Aboybe was always going to be a little bit of a work in progress. He had that neck injury in college.
Mm-hmm.
In the preseason, he looked really good.
Very good.
But I don't think he was as good as Tier Tart and Puna Fort. That's the difference, right? I just think the other two guys were playing better than him, and they never got hurt. So they were rotating them around. So I think it's just a matter that they got some guys ahead of them. But it gave Justin Aboybe some time to get healthy and hopefully come back next year better.
Yeah.
Junior Colson, similar situation. Remember, he had his appendix burst in camp. Never quite got back. Then he just got banged up. So I think he had a hamstring injury. So I just think it was those two guys I just think had some injuries and better players in front of them. But it just goes to show you the depth is there. Anyways, that's my point, right? I just think they weren't totally given the best opportunities. And sometimes it really boils down to you just are in the right place at the right time. Corners, you always need corners because they're smaller guys. They always get banged up. You're getting hit by someone like a Derrick Henry, and they're going to hurt you when they hit you. So, anyways, that's kind of my take on that. And by the way, this is a good point. We didn't talk about Trey Hendrickson, but there was some discussions about that as well too. I guess we could talk about that maybe sometime next week.
Bengals got a lot of situations in front of them. And Trey Hendrickson would be an awesome one too. And there was, once again, the rumor mill is going wild right now, guys. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah, big time, dude. That guy's incredible. But again, guys, we got a lot of money. If we somehow dish Bosa off, guys, we have so much money. But the thing is, I don't think we're going to be like the federal government, right? Where we just blow money left and right. Condoms for Gaza, right? $50 million condoms for Gaza, right? You guys hear about that? Crazy. My point is, I think that Joe Ortiz and this coaching staff is going to do a better job of using this money judiciously. A good example, guys, I just can't stress this enough. Think about how screwed we were when they came on board and they were $30 million over budget, dude. Guys, and what they did with $30 million over budget, you had to cut people.
Right.
Bosa and Mack took pay cuts, or they restructured contracts. Then they let Allen and Williams walk, which was unfortunate, right? I think that really hurt Herbert to some degree. But my point is, it's one of those situations where it just goes to show you we finally have adults in the room. They're making the right choices, and the right choices will be made moving forward no matter what. But the $100 million, guys, they can make some great moves, guys. Let me just say this. I fully believe they're going to make the right moves. We'll be good to go. USA.
I agree.
USA for NFL.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's some crazy business going on there.
That's and they ain't even getting into the Pentagon yet. That's crazy, bro.
We should start a whole new channel. It's called Patriot Bros.
There you go.
There we go. What do you guys think about that? The Patriot Bros. I like that. Hey, let's talk about
might get mixed up by thinking about that we're Patriots fans, though, So
that's true.
That's true.
I don't know. But man, I mean, there's a lot of really exciting things about the offseason. I enjoy this time of the season. I mean, sucks that we're not watching football or anything like that, but there's a lot of fun things that are happening, and the rumor mills going around is an awesome time. Now, this is, once again, free agency starts in about less than a month. You're going to start hearing a lot of rumors, even more rumors coming out of the combine. That's the end of this month. So we'll obviously keep you guys updated on what we hear too. And we're obviously going to keep throwing out some videos too, with just highlighting players that are in the draft too. Now, not saying Chargers are drafting them. We're just basically just kind of highlighting certain players and just throwing out little videos and everything just about, so you could be educated about the NFL draft coming into April. So we're going to stay busy over here, guys, and we're going to keep you guys informed of whatever we're about. But once again, bottom line, this whole video to me, and to Andrew's point, just trust what Joe Ortiz is going to do. He's going to be cooking, and it's going to be exciting to watch, guys. I'm looking forward to it. So,
like Salt Bay. No, but I'll just say this as well, too, guys. I just think bottom line, it is a bummer. Thank you for joining with us here as well. Again, these are rumors at this point. And by the way, guys, just so you know, They are talking to teams right now. They're being negotiated. It is happening. Now, they're probably not supposed to be against that's NFL rules. I do think that the Falcons got in trouble for the whole Kirk Cousins thing. He came out and spilled the beans on that. So funny. So funny.
Yeah.
That was hilarious to me. But bottom line, these things are happening, right? So we'll see how it plays out. I like I said, I don't think the Chargers are that far off. We are a few really good key players away from really making a splash. And look what the Eagles did to the Chiefs, man. I mean, they out physicaled them on the line, and you got Saquon Barkley, and I'm sorry, that guy's pretty damn amazing. So look, my point is, I don't think we're that far off. We just need to make a few good moves. $100 million, guys. That's a lot of money. Well, again, that's assuming we let Bosa walk.
Yeah.
Which I think we all agree is probably going to happen. I mean, let me put it this way: if it didn't happen, I'd be shocked. So the good news is, I think it gives us a lot of opportunities moving forward. But I'm excited. I mean, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. So the free agency, man, like it's heating up like crazy. Like you said, James, there's so many like news articles. Oh, this guy's looking to go to the Chargers. This guy's wanting to go to Chargers. It's like every single day there's like, oh yeah, he's a top spot going to the Chargers. It's like, what the heck is going on here? Wow. There you go, Roland.
Yeah. Two blue chews. Let's go.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like we have a lot of options coming our way, I think, because there's like you're saying, a lot of players want to play with Jim Harbaugh. I think a lot of people understand that he is a whole nother animal. And yes, there are some quirkiness things to him. And Richard Sherman said that about him, like when he was in Stanford with him, but it gets kind of old after a while. But you just got to stay on your toes, and you'll be good. And his system works, and he's a playoff caliber coach, at least. I mean, obviously his history shows that he's a Super Bowl caliber coach, and all these players need to, they're just going to put in the work, and they're going to do some recruiting on the sides. And man, my fingers are crossed that we get Garrett Wilson, even though there has not been a whole lot of stuff coming our way about that one. But DK Metcalf would be amazing too, though. So I'm I'm all for it, though. Whatever happens, look, at the end of the day, I believe in Ortiz. I believe in Harbaugh. Let him cook.
This is going to be a wild. I guarantee this is going to be a very, very wild free agency period. A lot of trades, a lot of movement, a lot of talent. Once again, after T. Higgins, there are some good wide receivers, but there's just not those elite type wide receivers, in my opinion. So it's like T. Higgins, or then figure out how to trade to get somebody. And once again, there's 32 teams in the NFL that want to find ways to strengthen their team. And if there's options out there, once again, the combine GMs hanging out with, other GMs. If you watched Hard Knocks last year and what the Giants did, talking about getting Brian Burns, just in passing, well, what do you think about this? Okay, what do you think about that? Okay, we'll talk about it soon enough, kind of thing. Like you could pass by a GM and just say, hey, third round pick for Deebo Samuel, and then just throw it in their ear and then walk past them, kind of thing like that. Like just throw it out, and then we'll see where it goes, and we'll connect when we can connect about it.
I like that. I like that. If we won't walk into the Niners GM, just walk by, third for Deebo.
Yep, exactly. You could do like back in elementary school. You'd make those little love notes or something. You just hand a little love note. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
What do you want, dude?
Chances are, yes.
It's like, pick a number. 1, 2, or 3.
This too, though, guys. Like, I actually think there's even a better chance that we just draft a couple of really good tight ends.
Totally.
Go get Andrews and go get a really nice tight end, and just go tight end heavy. Because think of it this way, right? We really didn't have a good tight end. Like Disley is not a good tight end. He's not a good pass catching tight end. He's a blocking tight end.
He played better than we ever thought. That's a thing. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. But see, that's kind of my take, right? You get him, maybe get one more good wide receiver, and just go 2 nice tight ends. Maybe Andrews, and then maybe Loveland from Michigan.
Yep. And would be another pickup too. Be a great choice.
It's just I don't know, man. Like I think instead of wide receivers, you could get a cheaper tight end option and make it just as good as well. I just think because I remember on my Uber ride to the airport to come here to Arizona, I talked to this guy. He's actually a Chargers fan. he was all, "Oh yeah, I watch you guys in Utah." And I was chatting with him. And I said, "Man, if we had 2 tight ends that were just absolute studs, that could be a complete game changer." Because remember, what was that stat, James? You said we had like almost 200 plays last year, or maybe it was 150 plays, that we had over 230-pound players on the field at any given moment. So it was just
270, 280-pound like players or something like that. It was crazy.
So we went heavy more than just any other team. So that's kind of my point. So if we're going to go down that road, man, it would make sense to just get 2 really good pass catching tight ends, good blocking and pass catching tight ends, and just flip the script and say, we're playing physical. You can't stop us. Right. Yep. So anyways, again, I'm just throwing another curveball at you guys to think about how this could be figured out, So
that reminded me that Rivers Lake Yacht Club actually asked me to do a Madden video. It was an experiment of all quarterbacks on one team and all linemen on the other team. Which one would win? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be something to see.
Yeah.
And I was just going to throw one thing.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting to watch. But I was going to throw one idea out there too for tight end situation. Why don't they Chargers re-sign Stone Smart, move him to a wide receiver? The guy made some clutch catches. I think he's getting better as a pass catcher in general. He's not a blocker on the tight end side of things. I think he would be a good addition just to go into the wide receiver group versus the tight end group. In my opinion, I think it would be a good. You could possibly sign him for $1 million something. Throw him out there. Why not?
See, but I guess that's kind of my point too. You're not going to get the much downfield sort of threat with a guy like that, but you're going to get to work the middle. You hit that 180-pound corner soaking wet.
Yep.
Put him on his butt, and he's like, "Man, I don't want any more of that, dude." You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it's a good mismatch, and I like the concept of it because Stone Smart's another guy that you could use as well, guys. We could ramble on about this forever. You guys know how we just like to flap our gums, but anyways.
I think you the gum flapper. That's all I know.
Yeah. I think we all are.
I gotta drop my wisdom. So I gotta drop my wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Moses with the tablets. You know what I mean? I'm Moses with the tablets. I came down from on high with all the wisdom. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good.
And by the way, Eric, dude, if Ashton Genty was at 22, that'd be
nuts.
They would run that pickup immediately, dude.
Yeah.
It would be 100%. Like 100%. I don't think he's gonna get there, but that would be. That'd be a Derwin James. That would be a Rashawn Slater type situation. Finds a way just at 22 or 15 or 17, wherever we end up picking those guys out. That would be incredible to see. But there's too many teams in front of them that would jump all over Ashton Genty.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. So, and guys, in the chat down, just let us know. Would you rather us do this live on Saturday or Sunday? Seems like Sunday seems to work best. What do you guys think in the chat?
Yeah,
because we've been doing it on Saturday. That's just really because we normally play on Sunday. So let us know in the off season if you'd rather us play do this on Sunday or Saturday. Well, that's it, guys.
They're saying both. Eric's saying both right away.
Oh, geez.
Keep these conversations going.
Just keep talking. That's all. Yeah.
Well, we talked about this yesterday, but we'll talk about it again today.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I guess some people it's better for Saturday. Some people it's better for Sunday. That's true, though. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we'll just surprise you and choose whichever day we want to go on.
Right. We'll keep y'all guessing.
I like Butter's comment. Both days are overrated. Do Tuesday, the most inconvenient time. Yeah.
9 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. It's like, oh man, I'm working. What you talking about?
Yeah, right.
That's fantastic.
That's good. Yeah.
All righty, guys. Well, we're the Bolt Bros.
Okay.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.